Hi guys, Tom Aldridge here. We're here on the north side of Brisbane doing our first Trelona termite bait station install. It's an exciting new product in the world of termite management, so I wanted to explain to you why it's so exciting. So the Trelona, it's exciting because it actually has the best of both worlds. So we can install them as just a timber or a cellulose station. So we could just install it with the timber or a cellulose product, so two feeding sources. And then when there is activity, we could then add the active ingredient station, or alternatively we could have them ready to go with two lots of the active ingredient in the station. So what it means is a lot more versatility with depending on the pressure to the building. If there's a lot of high pressure, there's already termites in the building or termites in the yard, then we might look at doing straight up, we're putting the active ingredients in all of the stations, and that way we know that it's protected the whole time. Alternatively, if there's less pressure, or we can do partial systems where we've just got small parts that we're trying to protect, like decks and whatnot, then we might look at doing just the timber and just the cellulose. Now, we can vary the monitoring, so we can check them monthly up to 4 monthly. It depends on what we want to do. So I wanted to show you the product, and we'll go for a quick walk around and show you how we'll install it. So the best way to install the system is to put the bait stations every 3 or 4 meters right around the building, and that way as termites come towards the building, they'll sense the station and they'll become attracted into the station, and that's where either they'll start consuming the timber and we'll monitor them regularly and then add the active, or alternatively, if we've already installed the active ingredient in it, straight away they're becoming affected. So it depends on what we're trying to achieve. Gardens are a great spot for them. You'll see here we've already got one installed, and we just need to, so we can open up the station, check if there's termite activity in it. The other exciting benefit to this system is we can use it in conjunction with chemicals. Ideally, if we can do a chemical treatment around a building, it can be better because you're going to get up to 5 years protection, and it's there in the ground. You're not relying on the ongoing monitoring of it. When a design's, say it's built into a hill, or you've got things like decks in the way, it can be difficult to effectively treat with chemical, and that's when baiting really comes into its own and can be really effective. So this is exciting because we can use the best of both worlds. So if we can do chemical to most of the building, but say there's a deck in the way that we don't want to move for whatever reason, then we could look at putting bait stations, say around the deck area, and we could do chemical to the rest of the building. It's creating a lot more versatility in the world of termite management. I can see a lot of potential with a lot more houses with what we're doing. So this particular building that we're doing the install on is an Infill Design. So what they've done is they've built up the brick base, then they've filled the inside of the brick base, and then they've poured the slab on top. It creates a high risk that termites could go underneath a chemical treatment around the outside and then come up in that infill area. It can be a little bit more high risk. Often chemical can be effective if we can get right around the building, but in this circumstance, due to the depth of the footings, it means that bait stations are a lot more effective than a chemical treatment. So that's why we've chosen to do the bait stations here rather than a chemical treatment. Well, I hope that gives you a bit of an idea on the new Trelona baiting system. If termite protection is something you've considered in the past, now's the time to do it. We're averaging 3 or 4 calls a day with termites in the building with people in the Brisbane area, and the most common thing I get told when I go out to have a look at it is that they knew they should have done something and they just never got around to it. And then once they're in the building, they've got to worry about all those repair costs, which often is more than double what the termite protection will cost. If you're ever going to do something, now's the time. We've got so many different options now. We can do a free termite assessment, come out on site and give you the options, and then you can always decide and plan ahead to do it some point down the track. Yeah, give us a call.